Hi everyone, 大家好. Today on this tutorial video, we will be talking about creating a list on Skritter, how it works, what different options you have, and how to enter vocabulary words. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we want to do is go on the top bar and we will select the list page. This will load up our study queue, and from here we can see the Create New List button. And so in order for us to make a list, we'll just click on this. And now we want to give our list a name. We can also add a description here on the bottom. This is very useful if you are creating a classroom assignment or you want to remind yourself of some notes, or say you're entering a textbook on Skritter and you want to add some additional details so that other people can find it. Remember that we can publish our lists on Skritter and make them shareable for others. So if you plan on doing that, a good description is probably a good idea. Once we have that set up, we hit Create List. And this will take us to the individual list page. We can see that it's made by us and the number of words in it on the top. If we ever want to make any changes, we can do that from here. Additionally, this is where we would go to add sections to this list. So clicking this Add Section button on the bottom will add some in for us automatically, and we can give them names if we'd like. Otherwise, if we save our sections, they will be automatically named section 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Now that we have our sections set up, let's click to add words to the section of our choice. Once this loads, we'll click the Edit button, and we'll see that we have a bar here for us to enter words. Now, there are two ways to enter words on Skritter. The first is by using a language input system. So here I'm using Chinese. And if I type in Chinese and select my characters and press enter, Skritter will search the vocabulary database and find those words for us. You'll see on the list here that if a character or word has a traditional variant, it will be displayed inside of the list here. Which character or word you're studying on Skritter itself will be settings dependent. So if you have selected Simplified Chinese, then you will see only the Simplified Chinese from this list. If you selected Traditional, you'll only see the Traditional. And if you've selected both, well, then you will see both of them. In addition to typing in the Chinese, we can also just use the pinyin, the reading for it, and add our tone prompt. This makes things a little bit more complicated, but it still works. So a great example for this is the character or word shi, something pronounced with the fourth tone. So if we press enter here, what Skritter will do is search the database and find the most frequent character that uses that pronunciation. You can see it here, 你是不是的是. But if this was not the character that we wanted, we would simply go over to the All Results button. That would display every single character that uses this pronunciation. Once we found the character that we actually wanted, we select that, and that will be the one that appears in the list. If you want to add multiple words into Skritter at once, say you have an Excel file or some kind of a sheet and it has a vocabulary list inside of it, you can simply copy and paste that inside of Skritter. Alternatively, you can type your words in Skritter a little bit faster by just adding a spacebar between each of your entries. So if we wanted to say 很好,你好, 好不, etc., we just add a space between each of them, we press enter, and now the database will search for our answers. Now you'll see that I added an extra space at the end, which is why we have this additional character. No problem. If we have any errors, we can just hit the delete button and it will remove it from our list. Once we have our section created, we hit the save button and we go back, and you'll see that the words that we've added are now inside of this section and ready for study. The only thing we have to do next is hit add to queue. And now if we go back to the list page, we will see that our sample list is being studied from. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below or send us an email at team@skritter.com. We hope you enjoy using Skritter, and best of luck on your studies. 谢谢.